I'm Robert Cardoza, and you're watching On the Street. This is the intersection of business and politics. This is where we just give you the honest truth about what's going on with all the data that's coming in. I want to remind you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google+. You can go to YouTube, and you can just search On the Street, Robert Cardoza, and all of our shows will pop right in there for you to review and look at them. They're well titled. And I want to also remind you that when we're here and we're talking to you about these emails, my favorite part of this show, I don't know what they're going to ask me until that camera gets turned on. And that's kind of what makes this fun. A lot of times, I get kind of caught between a rock and a hard place, but that's okay. Now, if you've got questions, I'll remind you, besides all of those social networks, you can email me. And right now, you can email me at robertcardozalive@gmail.com. And you can get through all of this stuff at my website at robertcardozalive.com. And very soon, within the next week or two, we're going to have our own brand new On the Street website. So you don't want to miss that. Now, my first email, it says, the SBA has recently decided to actually back a startup fund, which is different than the SBA guaranteed loan. Good idea or bad idea, and what companies should be looking at this opportunity? Well, that is a good idea, and here's what makes it different from the normal SBA loans. First of all, they've earmarked $1 billion for this, and it's a 5-year test that they're doing. And what they're trying to do is they're going to match funds for companies that are able to raise private money to a limit of $50 million. But here's the good part. When you go after venture capital and you try to get these things for startup companies to go through what they call angel investors, the truth is, most of the time, they're not interested in anything that's less than $10 million. So if you've got a company that only needs $1 million or $2 or $3 or $5 or $6, this is a perfect instrument for you. And what the SBA says is, if you raise $1 million as an example, then the SBA will match it with $1 million. And they'll guarantee that $1 million so that you're not as highly leveraged, and it gives you an opportunity to get ahead. And you'll get that at a lower interest rate. This is a great program for entrepreneurs. It's one that I think is going to stimulate new businesses because, unfortunately, while we are starting to recover on a very slow basis, that recovery isn't going to solve all of our needs right now. And there are a lot of entrepreneurs that have great ideas that need to get out there and get funded. I can think of one company, I'll probably bring them in here one day. They're a brake pad specialty company. They collect all of the residue and all the crud that goes out there, and it actually cleans the air at the same time. Well, you know what? They need $1 million. Well, this would be a great program for them, and it's something that would get them past the next spot. They've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars already. So this is going to be a good thing for them, and so we wouldn't want them to miss out. And I think that it's a good thing for any entrepreneur. Always, the best thing is you need to make sure you're not undercapitalized. That's the real story here. Now, next email says, I got tired of waiting for a job and have recently started my own business, AKA reluctant entrepreneur. Some of us might call that a forced entrepreneur. Is it normal not to sleep a lot? I find myself working late into the night. The last time I did this was when I was in college. Any tips or thoughts? Well, let me tell you, when you start a new business, it's sort of like having a new baby. When you have a new baby, you don't sleep a lot at night either. But here's the thing. You need to put in that time and that effort and take care of all those things now. It requires an awful lot of work up front, and that's what you're doing. All of that effort's going to pay off for you down the line. Just make sure you're doing a real good job at the beginning. In the end, it'll work out perfect for you. Is it normal to lose sleep? It's not normal not to. How could you start on any venture so exciting that's going to create a tremendous opportunity for you and your family into the future? This could be what sets you aside and gives you that financial independence. I think it's normal not to sleep, but you also have to be aware of what your needs are. Don't hurt yourself, physically. Don't hurt your health that way. Make sure that you're getting enough sleep, because you know what? If you're too tired and too exhausted, the decisions and the work you're doing are going to suffer too. So you want to be bright enough that you can get those things done. So losing sleep, Don't worry about it. That's part of being in business, and that's part of what's going on. Now, I want to remind everyone you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google+. Go right to YouTube and just search On the Street, Robert Cardoza. All of our shows are right there for you. You can email me at robertcardozalive@gmail.com. Any question you want, I'll be happy to answer that, try to get it right here on the air for you. And I want to encourage you to go to my website at robertcardozalive.com. Most of these interactions you can do right there. I want to remind you that you can see us on Biz TV, on TiVo, on Ustream TV. I am Robert Cardoza. This is On the Street. This is the intersection of business and politics. We'll see you next time.